Actress Marisol Nichols is joining us live to talk about her new true crime podcast.
Now, you know our next guest from the popular CW show, Riverdale, but the role of her lifetime, a vigilante working to uncover and catch human traffickers, not on the screen, but in real life. Please say hello to Marisol Nichols. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So let me just ask you this right off the top. How did you get involved with this type of vigilante work?
I have a nonprofit that I formed after learning about human trafficking back in 2012. And I was looking for a keynote speaker, and I met former CIA agent Tim Ballard, who had just left the CIA to form his own nonprofit, Operation Underground Railroad. And, we've known each other now for 10 years going on now. And one day he just asked me if I could go undercover with him. He needed a female operative. And I was like, okay.
It is fascinating that we meet the right people. I always say, like, the universe, God, your higher power, moves you like chess pieces, and you're moved to exactly where you're meant to be. So let me ask you this. You were undercover for so long. What did your castmates say when they found out that you were doing this?
They didn't really believe me. What are you going to say? Like, oh, so by the way, my other job, I'm also an undercover informant, contracted with different law enforcement in different countries. And I travel around the world doing undercover ops. They're like, sure. Right. I don't think they knew what to think. Yeah, I know. So I get it.
So you've done many sting operations. I mean, that's dangerous work. Are you ever in fear for your life?
Yeah. I mean, look, it's not Hollywood. It's real life, and the stakes are through the roof. So, yeah, there's been a couple times where I was like, I've told my partner, just get me home.
Wow. Oh,
just please make sure I come home to my kid.
I bet, and thank God you have. And you reveal all of it, and you share all of it in your podcast. Share with us a little bit more about the podcast.
Sure. So it's a real true crime podcast. And the first episode is Tim Ballard, who's been my partner over these long years. And we go into everything, different ops that we've done undercover, different countries that we've operated in, some of the tactics that we've used, some of the disguises that we've used. And each episode will leave everyone with something to do, because more than anything, I'm trying to empower people to learn about this issue and demand change. And, good people don't really know about this. And I really need good people to know about this, because the good people are the ones that will do something about it.
And also what's so fascinating is so many people think it's a third world country problem. It can't happen here. Right. And that to me was the biggest revelation. Let's take a look at the trailer for the podcast, The Hollywood Vigilante.
Law enforcement understand that just because they're good cops doesn't mean they're good actors. And you need a good actor to get into the belly of the beast. And so when we met Marisol Nichols and her foundation, the Foundation for a Slave-Free World, we recognized that we had a secret weapon. Our percentage of success rate went from like 40% to like mid 90%. The prosecution rates on the operations we've worked with you are like through the roof.
This is, we are all sitting here watching it, nodding our head. It is fascinating. And so many of these guys are like pillars of the community, fathers, coaches. These are guys that are actually living next door to you. How does one cope with that?
It's a hard thing to stomach. I talked to one person who was coming from coaching his daughter's soccer game and coming to what he thought was a 12-year-old girl in a hotel. It's, you want to throw up. Truly.
Let me just say,
worth it.
The fact that this is like the role of a lifetime, here at KTLA, we just want to thank you for the work that you do. And thank you so much for joining us. For more info on Marisol's organization and to watch episodes of Marisol's podcast, The Hollywood Vigilante, head on over to marisolnichols.com.
That's a real life hero.
Fascinating.
That is a real life hero.
Yeah, incredible story. Thank you, Elsie. Still ahead this morning, a homeowner thwarts an attempted